Hi everyone, this is Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop. So 2 days ago, I had this couple come into my shop, and they're both very interested in psychic stuff, tarot, astrology. They were quite well versed on astrology actually. It was a man and a woman, and the woman was telling me that she gets psychic visions all the time. And she is very in tune with like spirits and messages from guides and things like that. And I said, that's really great, that's wonderful, that's a gift that you have. I said, what are you doing with that gift? And she said she's doing nothing with it. And I said, well, why are you doing nothing with this gift? You've been given a gift, why are you not using it? And she said that she doesn't know how to give the messages to people. And I said to her, well, maybe you need to learn a type of divination like tarot. And I asked her, what divination do you know? And she knew a bit about astrology, but not enough to be an astrologer. I think she knew a little bit about tarot, but not enough to read the tarot effectively. Then she sat down and she wanted a reading, which was fine. And the card that she got was, I was using the gypsy cards, and the card that she got was Medusa. Now, Medusa is the goddess that turned things to stone. So I said to this young lady, you're blocking your gift because you're afraid of learning, or you don't have a way of communicating the message you're getting into your psychic intuition, and it's getting stuck inside of you, just like Medusa. Medusa blocks things, right? She's the goddess that turned things to stone. So I said to her, the problem that you're having is you're getting the downloads, but then you're not giving the downloads. So I said, you're doing a disservice to humanity if you keep blocking yourself. So she asked me, what should she do? And I said, look, I'm a tarot teacher and a card teacher and a palmist. I said, why don't you do one of my classes so I can show you how to use those psychic images and psychic perceptions and put them into a story by using the cards or a form of divination. Now, I've been reading cards and being a professional reader now since 1990. I've had students like this before. I told her, I said, you are not a new phenomenon to me. I said, I've seen people like you before where you have natural gifts and natural talent, but you don't know how to make it practical for a person, for you to pass on to a client or a person that you need to talk to. So what's happening with her is she's getting downloads, right? Intuition, but she doesn't know how to deliver it to people. And I said to her, the best way is to ground yourself in a form of divination, because what's happening ultimately is she's getting messages, but she's not giving them to the earth plane. So she's tapping into the higher planes, but she's not connecting to the earth plane. So, you know, she was interested in the cards. She was actually interested in my gypsy cards in particular, which were the ones I was using. And she found them quite cute and quite nice to read, etc., like look at. So I told her, I said, why don't you come to one of my classes? And I said to her, in 2 hours I can have you pretty much reading cards and downloading your intuition. I said, otherwise what's going to happen is if you keep blocking it, it's going to stop, or it's not going to, you're not a channel. I told her and all of us, we're a little bit like electrical cords. You know, an electrical cord is simply the cord that the electricity goes through. Okay? Now, if you cut the cord or you block it, the electricity can't go through. It'll just get stuck. Okay? So I told her she has to unstuck herself. She has to open up the channel. Otherwise, she's just going to keep getting these information about people or intuition or visions, but she's not going to be able to help anybody. So I'm awaiting her to come and do a class. I said to her, the student is ready. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I said, you've come to me. I said, I'm a teacher. Are you ready? So now it's up to her. But basically, this story, I wanted to share that with you all as well, because if you have intuition and you are clairvoyant or you're psychic, but you have no way of making those messages practical, what's the point of you being psychic? I mean, this woman, this person that I'm talking about, she may be the most psychic person in the world, right? She might be on a higher plane than the rest of us, for example. But what's the point of that if she can't do anything with it? And that's what I told her. I said, it's like if you are on top of, you know, if you're on top of a mountain and you're the only one that can see the horizon, what's the point of that? Why would you have this gift and not share it with others? You know, and I said to her, you may be the most psychic person in the world, but if you're not using it, then what's the point? It's like an artist. I mean, if I'm an artist, if I'm creative, I might be more talented than Picasso, but if I never make an artwork, how will people see that? How will I share my gift? You know, I could go around saying that I'm more creative, more artistic than Picasso, but I don't have any proof. I don't have anything to show for it. And I said this to her. I said, you might be the most psychic person on earth, but if you're not using it, then really, what's the point? You know? So, you know, and I've had, like I said, I've had students like her before. I've had people come to my classes in the past and, you know, they feel sensitive, they're intuitive, or they're getting psychic messages, but randomly. And I help them to format, I call it formatting, okay? I help them to put it in a practical method, which is, usually I start them off with tarot or Lenormand cards so they can use those symbols to bring that to an earth plane and deliver it, you know, to a client. So I told her, I said, you're not an unusual entity to me. I've seen people like you before. So anyway, but she was so in her head. She was so in her head about it that I think she was just a fog of feelings and thoughts. And I said to her, you need to work with someone that knows how to channel your work, channel your talent into something, you know. So anyway, like I said, I left it up to her, and hopefully she'll think about it and she'll go away and you know, unblock and clarify herself, and then perhaps come back and she can start some lessons with me, okay, or with someone else. But she's in front of me, so I said, well, you're in front of me, so I think that's the universe giving you a message. Otherwise, why would you be in front of me if I wasn't your teacher? So anyway, I left it at that. So this is Paris Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop, and I'll see you next time.